Hey guys, real brief video here. We might have done some of these notes in class, but here are the perimeter and area notes. So the perimeter is the length of the edge, and to find it, you need to sum, that means add, up all the edges of the figure. Area is the space inside a figure, and to find area, I'm going to specify rectangles. What you do to find the area of a rectangle is you multiply length by width. Let's show some examples. So right here, on the perimeter and area of the rectangle to the right, I know that the width is 5 and the height is 2. That means I can label that bottom one as 5 feet, and I can label the left side as having 2 feet. So perimeter is just 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. Notice I added all the edges. That makes it 14 feet. The area is 5 times 2, or 10 square feet. Now notice we write that 10 feet squared, but you say 10 square feet. That's because those are the units for area, and we just multiplied feet times feet, so you get feet squared. All right, right here, the perimeter and area of the rectangle, I know I can write the bottom as 2x plus 5 feet, and the right as 3x feet, so when I add the perimeter, I'm gonna add all of these things up. 2x plus 5, plus 3x, plus 2x plus 5, plus 3x. Now, right here, we need to combine like terms, and you guys know what those look like. All the numbers with x's, all the terms with x's, we're going to add up those coefficients. That means the numbers in front. So we get 10x. 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3x is 10x. Then we're going to add all the constants. Those are numbers without variables. 5 plus 5 gives us 10. So when you combine like terms, you get 10x plus 10. To find the area, we're going to multiply the length times the width. So 3x times 2x plus 5. Here, because of the parentheses, and don't forget the parentheses, it's very important that you're multiplying the entire width by the entire length. When you include those parentheses, we now need to multiply across the parentheses, and we use the distributive property for that. 3x times 2x and 3x times 5. So to do both those parts, you all know 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Notice I multiplied the coefficients, and x times x is x squared. Then we add 3x times 5, that's 15x. I cannot combine the x squared and the x because those are not like terms. So that is my final answer, where the x squared has a 6 for a coefficient and x has a 15 for a coefficient. Next, it asks us to calculate each when x equals 2. In other words, what's the perimeter when x equals 2? Well, to calculate that, we're going to plug in 2 for x. So I wrote down my perimeter, 10x plus 10, but instead of putting x, I put a parentheses to set up plugging in the 2. Let's plug in the 2 there, and when you do that, you get 20 plus 10, also known as 30 feet. For area, we're going to plug in the 2 as well, so I'm going to write that entire expression, but every x I'm going to leave blank, so I can plug in the 2 for x. When you do that, you get 6 times 2 squared plus 15 times 2. Be very careful that you follow order of operations. The 2 needs to be squared first and then multiply by the 6. So if we do that, we get 6 times 4, not 12 squared. So 6 times 4 plus 30 becomes 24 plus 30, and that's known as 54 square feet. Remember, that's feet squared. That square on the feet is because of the area. That actually doesn't mean you square the 54. The 54 is actually the final answer for how many square feet there are. We just write it as feet squared as for units. Going on down, I'm going to do a few more. Go ahead and try this next one. I'll get it set up for you. I want you to try it on your own. All right, now that you've tried it, here's the rest of it. So notice I wrote out 2x plus 7x plus 1 plus 2x plus 7x plus 1, adding all the sides. You combine like terms, you get 18x plus 2. The area, you're multiplying 2x times 7x plus 1, distribute it, and you get 14x squared plus 2x. The perimeter, we're going to plug in 3 for x into the perimeter, and you get 56 feet. I'm going to plug in 3 for x on the area, and you get 14 times 9 plus 6. In other words, 132 square feet. On this last one, go ahead and try that on your own, and I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to give you the setup. All right, have you tried it? Here's what you're going to do. The setup is adding up all those parts. I'll let you do that. And the area is going to be 5x times 10x minus 3. Go ahead and try those on your own now, the area of the perimeter, and calculate it when x equals 5. In other words, plug in 5 for x. Thank you for watching.